Here we go. Number 3. Alright, so do you see how you got a whole bunch of different sections in that graph?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to have to find each one. So pretend like this is the only one you got right here. What's the y-intercept?
0.
0. And what's the slope?
Up
Rise over run.
Up 3 over 1.
So what would that be? 3. There you go. So you're going to write d of t, because that's how it wanted you to write it, right here. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And this is, what was the slope? 3x. Because it had a plus 0. Y'all okay so far? Alright, and we want to figure out where that's going from. So what's this x value? This is an x value, which is 1, and it started at 0. So we're going to go 0 to 1. Are y'all okay with that? Isaac, you with me, buddy? Yep.
I don't know what to say.
D of t?
No, I'm talking about
Less than or equal.
Less, yeah.
the thing that looks kind of like
Oh, the curly bracket? Yes, dear. Just draw the curly bracket. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's do this one next because this one's easier because it's a straight line. So what's the slope of a straight line? 0. And then what's the y-intercept? 5. So this one would just be 5. And what's the x values that that's on? 4 to what? 4 to 7. There you go. Y'all okay with the easy one so far?
So far.
Alright, so these are a little bit more difficult because you don't know where it hits the y-axis, okay? So if you don't know where it hits the y-axis, we do a little different. So what's the slope, first of all? 2 over 3. There you go. And if you can't see where it hits the x-axis, this is the way we do it. We do parentheses, x, and anything inside the parentheses moves left and right. So from this point, how far to the left did it move from the origin? Or not to the left, I'm sorry, to the right. From that point right there.
1.
Here's the origin, it moved right and 1. So we're going to do opposite sign, minus 1. Anytime it's inside, it moves left and right, and you take the opposite sign. Anything that's outside the parentheses, you take the same sign and you move up and down. So how far up did this move from the origin? 3. So it's plus 3. And what are the x values that's between? 1 and 4. There you go. We're going to go over this. Don't worry. We're going to do a whole lesson on this. Don't worry. No, we're not doing this today. We're doing this next week. Oh, crap. Wrong pen. Wrong color. All right, last one. Here we go. Do we know where that hits the x-axis? Or the y-axis, sorry. Nope. So let's find the slope. What's the slope?
Slope. Right. Okay, so let's go 5 over 3.
5 over 3. There you go. 5 over 3. And you don't know where it hits the y-axis, so we're going to use parentheses. All right, here we go. Right here. Shh. Right here. Inside the parentheses moves left and right. So how far right did that point go from the origin? 7. So it's minus 7. Outside the parentheses moves up and down. How far up did that move from the origin? Plus 5. And then what are the intervals? 7 to 10. There you go. All right, let's look at number 4.
So basically, the first number you took out like 3x and then 5. You could figure that based on the line.
Where are you getting a pi from?
I didn't say pi. No, I just
What did? Okay. 3x we got from our slope of this first one. All right, number 4. Here we go. Last one. If you got a graph and it crosses the y-axis more than once, right? Which is up here on the screen, not on your phone in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you got more than one. What's more than 1? 2, right?
Yeah.
So then we can just, I don't know, let's just draw a sideways parabola or something. I don't know, something like that. So is that sometimes, always, or never going to be a function?
never.
Never. Because why?
It doesn't pass the vertical line.
There you go. Sweet. Y'all okay? Was anybody not here yesterday? Okay. All right. So graph.
How do we get out of here?
We get out of here 12:42. So are you gonna keep me straight on my time? Make sure I don't run over. All right. So this is still chapter 2. This is still chapter 2. So if you're looking at your learning targets from chapter 2, we're looking at the bottom section down here, or you can look on the whiteboard up there, where I always write the learning targets. What are we going to learn how to do today? We're going to learn how to graph piecewise functions. Yep. And so look, you're going to take a line just like we did before, and instead of graphing the whole line, we're just going to take a small piece of it. Does that make sense? That's why they're called piecewise, okay? It's the same thing we did before. Yep, it's still chapter 2.
Okay. Okay, but the back of our learning target. Wait, what?
So the bottom of your learning target was all of chapter 2.
So we need to put it behind.
Yes, because this is the second part of chapter 2.
So we're gonna have a test on this chapter, this and that half.
Are we gonna have
We took yesterday. We took a test on the first. That's why it was called mid chapter 2 test.
Are we gonna have a 400 test?
Isaac, get your feet off my desk. And then we're gonna have a test on this stuff we're about to learn. That's it.
So we're not gonna have a full chapter 2 test.
No, that's too much information.
Oh yeah.
All right, but look, you are going to need a pencil today because some of this stuff you might want to erase. So please, please, please do not do this in pen. Are y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. Very first thing is our definition. So, yeah. So, by the way, what is a set of ordered pairs called? It's called a relation. That's the only one that y'all got wrong. That the rest of them y'all did just fine on.
I think I made it.
Some of you put domain and range, and I gave you a half point because technically you are correct.
I don't even know if I
Technically. Huh?
Like I know I left it blank and I was going to come back to it, but I don't think I ever came back to it.
I'll hand it back to you on Monday, unless you see. I can't remember. All right, here we go. A function is written. A function that is written using 2 or more expressions. What do you think that's called? Piecewise. There you go, because it's pieces of a function put together. All right, so all we're going to do is we're going to build off of what we have done before. What we did before was we took -2, right? And we plugged it into a function. Do y'all remember doing that before your test? Yeah? Okay, so now you're just going to take -2, and you've got to figure out what piece -2 needs to go in. So is -2 less than 0, or is it greater than or equal to 0? It is less than. So we're going to plug the -2 into the x squared function. So that'll be -2 squared. So f of -2 is 4, and you're done.
What?
All right, -2, right? No, with me? -2. Is that less than 0, or is that greater than or equal to 0?
Like it was just that simple though.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, 0. So 0 is not less than 0. It is equal to 0. So we're going to plug it into this function, x plus 1. So we're just going to do 0 plus 1. So f of 0 equals 1. That's it.
Okay.
Okay? 0 is not less than... It is not less than 0. It's greater than or equal to. It's the equal to 0. That's why I plugged into this one. Jack, everybody know? All right, what about 1? Is 1 less than 0 or greater than or equal to 0? It's greater than or equal to. So you got 1 plus 1. So f of 1 is equal to 2. Because what's going to happen in a minute is we're going to graph these, and you're going to see that the one that it doesn't work with, there's not going to be a graph there at all. That's why we have to pick the piece that it goes into. So number 2, here we go. Number 2 is a little different. Is 5 ever going to change? It does not have an x with it. It's never going to change. It's just going to be 5. So let's look at this. -3. Negative 3, is that less than or equal to 2 or greater than 2?
Less than or equal to
And so what's your answer?
5.
Just 5. Because y equals 5 is just what kind of a line? Straight line, straight right across. Nothing's ever going to change. All right, what about 2? Is 2 less than or equal to or greater than 2? It's the equal to. It's the equal to. So it's got to be the less than or equal to. It's just 5.
This is tricky.
All right. So that's my answer. That's my answer. All right. What about this one? 5. Which one does 5 go in?
The less than or the greater than.
The greater than. So it's now this one does change because this one has an x. So that's 2 times 5
Plus 3.
minus 3. That's 10 minus 3.
7.
All right. So make sure you write your answer right. Don't just write 7. Please stop talking while I'm talking. Do not just write 7 as your answer. Make sure you write f of 5 equals 7. Does that make sense? Y'all okay?
We have to circle it then.
It's a good habit in math to circle your answer. Yes, sir. All right, look right here. Number 3. Look at this notation right here. Here's what I want you to know. All this means is that x is between negative 6 and 8. That's all that means. So give me a number that's between negative 6 and 8. 7. Give me a number. 0. What else?
1.
1.
2.
2.
3.
Y'all okay? You got the hang of it? All right, here we go. Number 3. Part this right here. Negative 6. Be careful. Where does the negative 6 go? The first one that's equal to negative 6. This one does not have equal. All right, here we go. So we got 9 minus negative 6 squared. Whoa. You have to square first. What is negative 6 squared?
36.
So it is 9 minus 36. Not 9 plus 36. There you go.
Really? That's great.
Yeah. Can you write it on your paper instead of...
We're going to walk back.
We are going to do fractions today. Oh, on your calculator? No. That's chapter, I told you, chapter 3. Chapter
That's why I had to
3.
use the scientific yesterday.
All right. Now, this next one. 7. Where's 7 go? The middle one. There you go, because it's between negative 6 and 8. So you got 7 minus 3. What's 7 minus 3?
4.
4. So f of 7 is equal to, what's the square root of 4? 2.
No.
2. You were right in 7 and you said 7. It's okay. All right, last one. Plug it in 9. It's the last one. All right, we do not work with mixed numbers, and we do not work with decimals. We do not work with mixed numbers or decimals. All right, so right here, 3 over 9 reduces by what number?
1 over 3.
It reduces to 1 over 3. Very good. All right, make that 7 a fraction. Put it over 1. When you add fractions, I know that you know it's 7 1/3. I know that, but mixed numbers are not going to be your friend in some of the stuff we do. So make these have common denominators. Times it by 3. 21 over 3.
22.
There you go.
Can you do like the thing where you make it improper fractions and make it?
If you see that this is 7 1/3 and then you want to change it 21 plus 1, yep, you can do that. Just leave it as this, because these are going to be a lot easier to work with in the stuff that we do in this class. So, y'all okay? All right, this is where you need your pencil. This is where you need your pencil, right here.
Would you be mad at me if I YouTube how to put a fraction in calculator?
No, because I'm going to show you in just like 2 weeks if you'll just be patient, Grasshopper. Patience.
I have a question.
I guess you haven't seen Karate Kid. Yes, no.
Never mind.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Number 4, you ready? There are 2 ways to do this. There are 2 ways to graph these piecewise functions, but since you are in Pre-AP, Algebra II, and Trig, I'm going to show you the way to do it in your head. Y'all okay with that?
In our
All right.
head.
In your head. Here we go. So it's the same thing. Y equals your function, which is x minus 4, and your other function is y equals 1. What?
How do we know?
Because it gave it to us right here. F of x is y, and this is x minus 4 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Can we just put that
No, yes, you can if you want to. It's just easier to write y, though. All right, what number do they want us to plug in?
Anything greater than 2.
That what number? Just one number. 2. We're going to plug in 2. Are y'all okay? Grant, you okay, baby?
What's an avalanche?
Oh, no. All his stuff went everywhere. And then, no.
Wow, boy, you're such a good person.
Oh, you're so nice.
Going on my plan.
Brent, you okay, buddy? You need a
That
minute?
made my heart sore.
Can you just shove it on your binder and then we'll get you organized? Well, I'll help you get you organized. Hold on a minute. All right, so we're going to plug in 2 right here, okay? Ready? So we got y equals 2 minus 4, which is negative 2. Y'all okay with that? We're not graphing the whole line because we only want a piece of the line. We don't want the whole thing, okay? So we're going to go to the x-axis at 2, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to the x-axis at 2, and we're going to go to the y-axis at, do not put a dot, just put your pencil there. X at 2, y at negative 2. Just put your pencil there, don't put a dot. No. X is 2. Go to 2 on the x, and then negative 2 on the y. So 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, now do you remember from chapter 1 where we had the number line that we graphed and we had open dots and closed dots? Remember that? Does it get an open dot or a closed dot? It gets an open dot. There you go. All right, now we've got to ask ourselves our slope. Where do we always get our slope from? Same place. Where's the slope come from? In front of the x. What's the slope? How much? 1 over 1, right? So slope equals 1 over 1. So you have to ask yourself, does it want the piece that I'm going to go up 1 and right 1, or does it want the piece where I'm going to go down 1 and left 1? Yes, it does.
Are we trying to cross the
Down one
x-axis?
and
No.
left one,
Why did you get that?
because it's negative 4.
Mm-mm.
Because the left
Because it's less than, right?
So
No,
you go down.
are you paying attention to what I'm doing, son?
I'm sorry, I'm cleaning out.
You gonna clean. I tell you, your mom's gonna clean you out when you don't make a good grade on this test. Now stop.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch the video.
Stop.
She's on.
Now, pay attention to me. It's less than, right?
Yes.
So less than means that we're gonna go down 1 and left 1.
We did that for the whole group.
We do that for the whole graph.
And
they're closed.
Oh wait, are we?
They're closed?
They're closed. The only one that's open is the one that's at 2.
Why are they closed?
Because it's a line. Because look, this means right here. Watch.
I
saw your
Watch. Are you gonna watch? Okay, look. This right here says that it's gonna get really close, and it's gonna get close and close and close and close. But as soon as it gets right there to 2, it's not actually gonna touch 2. It doesn't equal to 2. It's anything less than 2. That's why the
draw that many dots.
no. You don't have to. But I like to.
No.
so how many do you
I like to draw.
Yeah, like 3.
How many do you need for a line, Taz?
2.
2.
Oh, that's
You only need 2.
Made it on.
All right. Last one. Here we go.
Oh my, another one.
Yeah. First one right here. What's my x value? 2. What's my y value?
1.
1. So I'm going to go x at 2, y at 1. Don't put a dot, just put your pencil. X is, I got the other one right here. X is 2, y is 1. Alright, does that get an open dot or a closed dot? Closed dot. Y equals 1 is what kind of a line?
Right.
Straight across. It's a straight across horizontal line, right?
Yes.
But do I need to draw the piece to the left or the piece to the right?
The right.
Because it's greater than. There you go.
I just guessed. Wow.
It says greater than. It's all the x's that are greater than to the right. Alright, now look, do you see how these dots line up on top of each other? If they don't, you did something wrong. If they don't line up on top of each other. Now, we have to identify the domain and range. And we don't have long, guys, so we've got to get going, okay? Domain are the x values. And x values go from the left to the right. There you go. Guys, there is no shame in writing that down. The shame is getting something wrong because you are trying to be stubborn and be all like a cool kid, okay?
Don't be sure.
So, don't be stubborn.
It's not cool.
You got 2 pieces of your graph. You got 2 pieces of your graph. You do not want to think up and down. You want to think left and right. Do you see? That's fine. I'm trying to teach you something right now. I'm looking at you. I'm just looking at there. So do you see a piece that is going to the left?
Hey, Miss Boss.
see if it's going.
Do you see if he's going to the left? Okay. I don't care that he's going down. I care that he's going to the left. If he's going to the left forever and forever and forever and forever, forever, what do we call that? Which one? Negative. And infinities always get a parentheses. Now, do you see one going to the right? Yeah, and it's going forever and forever and forever and forever. It's positive. Yep. Do you remember what it was called if it was everything? It was everything to the left, everything to the right. Way back the very, very, very first day of class. What was it? All real numbers. Very good. Do you remember the symbol?
The
double R. There you go. The double R. The double R. There you go. Either one of those. You don't have to put both of them, guys. Just give me one of them. Either give me all real numbers or give me negative infinity, positive infinity. All right, let's do range. Here we go.
We do both.
Because you're like this. You're like.
Range of the y's values, right?
Yes.
Okay, now look. I know this is going to be silly, but I promise you won't forget it. Do you know the song started from the bottom now we're here?
Yo.
Okay, remember that while you do this.
No way.
Bottom to top. You're going to start at the bottom and you're going to work yourself all the way up to the corporate ladder and go all the way to the top, right? So do you see anything that's going to the bottom?
No, man. Wait, yes.
Yeah, it's going to
definitely.
the bottom, right? So that is negative infinity, and infinities always get a parentheses.
Okay, explain that.
What part? Right here. This piece is going down. So it's going ever and forever and forever. Negative infinity. Anything going to the left or going down is negative. All right. Do you see anything that is going up? Like, is it forever going up?
No.
No. So then you ask yourself, what is as far up as it goes, and it's right here. What is that y value?
1.
1. All right. Now look. Numbers are different. Numbers can either get a parentheses or they can get a bracket. So you got to look.
It's a bracket.
It gets a bracket. There you go. All right. Let's go to the next
So
one.
when can a number get a parentheses?
If it has an open circle.
This is like 10 minutes.
And my other classes, they weren't being silly and we were done already.
Okay.
If y'all focus, we can get done. No, we're not done yet. We got 4 problems. That was 1. All right, here we go. Turn around. Let's focus. Let's get it done. Here we go. Focus. You got 2 functions. What's the first function?
X plus 3.
X plus 3. Then very good. What's the next function?
2x.
Y equals 2x. Are y'all okay so far? What x value is it telling us to plug in? Negative 1. So if you can do it in your head, you know that this first one is going to be 2. That's the whole reason I'm teaching you this way, so you can kind of just look at it and plug it in. So here we go. What's that x value?
Negative 1. Oh, wait.
Negative 1. And your y value is 2. So you go left 1, up 2. Do not put a dot, just put your pencil there.
Okay.
What kind of circle does it get?
Open. Close.
Close.
That's good.
Alright, for the x plus 3, what's your slope for the x plus 3? It's 1 over 1. Now, you gotta ask yourself, does it want you to go up and right or down and left? It's less than, so you want to go down and left. There you go. And you only need 2 dots, guys. Y'all know that. Just put your arrow on that one end, just that one end. Alright, plug it in. Try to see if you can start doing it in your head. What would your y value be here? Negative 2, okay? So your x value is negative 1. Your y value is negative 2. Open circle or closed circle?
Open.
Open. You see how those dots line up? They're supposed to. If they don't line up, you did something wrong. What's your slope this time? 2 over 1. Do you need to go up 2 and right 1?
Yes.
Or down 2 and left 1?
No.
Which way?
The first one.
First one. Up 2 and right 1 because it said greater than.
Close box.
Yep, everything closes except that first one. Everything's included except for the negative 1. The negative 1's the only thing that's not included. Alright, domain and range. There is no shame in literally writing left and right. The shame comes in when you get something wrong because you're trying to be stubborn, okay? Don't think up and down. I know that you see it and it looks like it's going up and down. Do not think up and down, left and right. Do you see one that's going to the left?
Yes.
Forever and forever and forever. So what is that?
Negative infinity.
And you see one going to the right?
Yes.
Forever and forever and forever. I know he looks like he's going up, but I'm thinking right. That's positive infinity. Or you could have just simply said all real numbers. All right, here we go. Range, starting from the bottom. Mm-hmm. Do you see one going to the bottom?
Yes.
There you go. Negative infinity. Do you see one going to the top?
Yes.
Yep, positive infinity. Or if you saw that, you just could have given me all real numbers. You don't have to give me both. Just give me one of them. Y'all okay? All right, you see if you can got number 6. You do number 6. Go. You do number 6.
Oh, it's easy.
It's easy. You got number 6. I'll do 7 with you. You do 7. Or 6. I'll do 6.
Because the state said.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Ms. Blackman, I need to go.
What you got?
Okay, so I'm at my point, but I haven't put a dot yet.
Okay. Which one? The first one or the second one?
On
First one? So the first one is open dot. Your son's always in front of the X, like I always say. Yeah. Now, which way do you need to go, though? It says less than, so you don't want to go up and right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I just got lotion on her. Focus on that.
I mean, sorry. So,
It's okay.
this is negative 3. So your X value is negative 1. Y value is negative 2. And it also
Yep. What you got, Ethan?
Okay. First one. Alright, your X value is negative 1.
Got it?
Oh my gosh, you're so 8 to
It does not go to the negative infinity.
It doesn't?
Not the second time.
Okay.
What?
I don't know. Hold on. I gotta grab it.
What?
Because everybody needed to know that while you blurted it out. Alright.
You don't
Get that?
name, I tell you how to spell it. I don't know how to graph it, did you know?
Go to the x-axis. Oh, what number? Okay, do that. And you got a y value of 2. Of 2. Then this had a closed dot. So it gets a closed. There you go. Your slope is always in front of x, just like it always is at 1. Your slope is always in front of x. 1. Now you can go up and right, or you can go down and left. Yeah, no, because it's, no, not because it's there ain't no positive. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Alright, what'd you get for your domain?
All real numbers.
Yeah, all real numbers. Alright, what about your range? Same thing, all real numbers. Yep. No. Y'all okay? Y'all ready to go? All right. Yes, sir.
So wait, is
What, Brent? No. Look. Yeah, you're going to plug in -1, though. You always plug in this number right here. All right, number 7, last one, guys. Last one, here we go. All right, we don't have to really work out anything for the first one. This says y equals g of x is the same as y. And what's the very first thing? -3. All right, what's the x value that goes with that? -4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And our y value is -3. It gets a closed circle, it does. Because it had an equal to with the -4. Alright, so y equals -3. Y equals -3 is a straight across line. So since it says x less than, it needs to go to the left. There you go. There is no down, it's a straight line. Y equals -3, that's a straight line. Alright, next one. We got y equals x, right? We got two numbers because this means that x is between -4 and 2. Are y'all okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here we go. So my first x value is -4. I'm going to go to x of -4.
Right.
If I plug in -4, what would be that y value? -4. You may write that down? That'd be an open circle, yeah? You okay, Sawyer? Okay, look. You plug in, it says x is -4. If you were to plug that in right here, you would get y equals -4 too. And you went -4, -4. Alright, look at the next x value. What's the next x value?
2.
Positive 2. That's your x value. Shh, Ethan. These two do. Alright, if I plug in 2, what would be that y value if I plugged in 2? 2. Open circle or closed circle? Open. Are you getting this with me? Now, you don't just want to connect them. You want to figure out what your slope is. What's the slope? It's always in front of x. 1. Here we go. I'm going to do the slope between those 2 points. There you go. And so now you've got a line between those 2 points.
Like an array?
Like a line segment. This one's a ray. This one's a line segment.
Right.
Alright, these 2 points line up. We got one more. Here we go. Last one. Y equals -x plus 6. Bless you.
Watch out.
Bless you.
Watch out.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, what's the x value it wants you to plug in? 2. So -2 plus 6, right? Is 4. Alright, your x value is 2. Your y value is 4. And it gets what kind of circle? Closed. There you go. Alright, what's your slope this time? It's always in front of x. -1. So ask yourself, -1 means you're going to go down 1 and right 1, or up 1 and left 1. Down 1 and right 1, because it wants greater than. It wants all your x's bigger than 2. On this one, I would make that one as long as you possibly could so that you can see what happens with your domain. Nope, almost. We gotta do domain and range, then we're done. Okay, you got 3 pieces to look at. Look at all 3 pieces. Do you see one that's going to the left? Yeah, where's it going to? Where is it going to? -infinity, there you go. You have 3 pieces to look at. Do you see one that's going to the right?
Yes.
Even though he's going down, he's still going to the right. So that's going to be positive infinity. Or you could have just told me, there you go.
Close circle get a bracket or
Closed
So
circle
are we
gets a
just going
bracket.
to ignore the line segment?
It's in between all that. It's everything to the left and everything to the right. So it means that all of your x's There's an X in between each one. There's an X here, 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 all the way through. There's an X. Okay, let's do range. So you got starting from the bottom, right, Ethan?
Yes.
Bottom, top.
Now look, you got 3 pieces. Do you see one that's going to the bottom? Yeah, it's all the way over here, but it's going to the bottom, okay? So that would be negative infinity, right? All 3 pieces. Do you see one that's got an arrow going to the top? No. So then you ask yourself, what's the highest it goes? Right here. Is that 4? 1, 2, 3. That's 4. There you go.
And then you put a bracket.
Closed circle, so it gets a bracket. Y'all okay?
And we're done with
All right, you have 3 minutes. Let's go over what your homework is tonight. Here we go.
All problems.
Homework. Page 23. You ready? Page 23. It looks like a lot, but it's really not.
Yeah, this is
All you gotta do is plug in -2. Which one's -2 go with?
the top.
The top one. And you just plug it in. That would be -6 plus 5, which would be
So, I don't know. I just took a shot at it.
-6 plus 5.
Oh, that's -1.
That's -1. So you done. Does that make sense for everybody?
Yes.
All right. So we got 2 minutes. You can look. You can at least get number 1 done in 2 minutes. Sawyer. Get number 1 done.
Okay. By the time I flip back, it's the bell.
Well, good. Then you can just be here when the bell rings. Then.
Oh, shoot.